Good morning, beautiful. I hope you slept well. Have you had a glass of water yet? You should probably do that just to get everything going. I know. This is your daily insight on life and love, and it's for September 22nd, 2020, also timeless. Fighting a yawn. Good God, I blame you. So, this is a general collective reading. If it doesn't resonate, don't force it. Either let it fall away or ask questions about booking your own personal reading. So this is, well, we're going to see what's going on with the collective. I've been seeing a lot new versions of an ego death coming in, and I was guided to kick this reading off with regular Rider-Waite, as it has been for a while now. Hasn't changed, yet this with the story that's coming in is kind of interesting. All right, so yeah, again, this is also timeless. It's for September 22nd, 2020. But if you're watching this at some point in the future, or wherever the heck you happen to be in time, this might have some sort of relevance to your life. And again, if it doesn't, just let it fall away. Don't even sweat it. When I was looking at the base part of the reading, this was at the bottom, the 10 of Cups. So all around, the best part about this is the outcome. No matter what's happening in your life right now, as terrible as some things might seem, because I don't know exactly what you're going through, it's all for this. Now, this can be considered some sort of a soul bond, happy family life, idealism, your perfect outlook. The ending base part of the reading was how fast it's coming in. This is very fast moving energy. So this is the base that we're working with. 10, which is, endings and new beginnings. It's ending old cycles. Your best foot forward is really to surrender to it. Now, see what I mean with this. The next card that came out was the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. It seems like bad luck, things closing in your face, relationships cutting off everywhere you turn. That's how the Wheel of Fortune in reverse works. Now, having said that, this can only stay in reverse for so long before it turns back in your favor. With everything shutting off in your life, or with important things shutting off in your life, or sections in your life, relationships, whatever is being blocked, comes forth a new opportunity, a new beginning, and it also looks like new money out of nowhere, some form of security. I can dig that, and I think that it's kind of a necessity right now. The opportunity is really begging you to try and see things from a new light, a new angle. It feels like there's a certain numbness to it. Hey, I'm not even tired. I'm not even sure what's going on. Okay. So then we have the Hangman. We have the Empress. Then we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse, next to Judgment in reverse. You really are being forced to see things at a totally new and entirely different angle. And try and keep it that way for a while. It's totally changing your perspective on life. How many times am I going to say total? Jeez. Okay. Whatever you are stepping into is really something that involves a massive commitment. This is your rebirth, your new baby, this new sense of fertility in your life. I don't care what your gender is. It's not necessarily about birthing fertility. It's project, new beginnings, all those things, all those wonderful words. So I'm getting the aggravation of the uncertainty of this. It's telling you this is a massive karmic lesson. Don't hang on to a sense of materialism or a relationship just because you're afraid of what the alternative can be. Your best foot forward is to surrender to this. There's a lot of change that's not really in your control. You can control how you respond to it. And trust me when I tell you, I know that at some points you're going to want to completely lose it. And that's okay. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay to lose yourself sometimes, as long as you come back and as long as you move on from it, as long as you move, forward. Put your best foot forward afterwards. Everybody on this planet at some point or another breaks without question. Even the most Zen person, even the most enlightened person, any person you can think of, they do have their breaking points. Don't let anybody fool you of anything different. This, when you let go of the reins and let this flow through you, let all this, this is basically chalking up a tower moment. Let everything go up in the air. That's when all the massive change happens. And it's going to make your head feel like it's spinning. And there's a lot of fire energy around this. So that being said, don't hang on too tight, you will get burned. But also, it is involving passion, excitement. Try and see it as some form of an adventure. Look at it as a challenge, not to be a disadvantage to you. Something that you can use as, let's say, a stone to your empire. This is what we are kicking this reading off with. I'm interested to see where this is going, as always, because, well, this is kind of dramatic. Not that I'm hooked on the drama, but wow, this is an intense story. Tell me anything different. That seems kind of intense. All right, Spirit, what do you want to tell the collective about the ins and outs of this situation? We have the Six of Swords, moving on. You're not moving on with confidence, so you're moving on seemingly with your head hung over. This can be a sense of shame. All right. You're moving on reluctantly. Hold your head up high. Even though you don't want to, you can be in that pain. I wouldn't want to deny you that experience. I think it's an important one. In that experience, know that it's going to be better on the other side of this, that this was definitely a karmic lesson. The past few cards were saying that. And know that there's a new beginning that is in your favor, productive, and prosperous underway. And it's coming out of nowhere. You can't see it, and it's coming out of nowhere is because you are in a fog. And it looks like it's not emotional purgatory. I think it's just sheer bewilderment of the situation. The Hangman, you're coming out again, huh? Ace of Pentacles and the Hangman coming out again. You have the Star card, which you don't get unless you've been through it. Yeah. Ramblin' Mike. Yeah. I totally got that from him. You know, the Star card. You don't get that Star card unless you've been through the hell there. You're moving on from the past. Whatever nostalgic pull or hold that had on you, it's nullified. It's done. It's depleted. Your gift is allowing you to actually move on from this even more so. I think there was a final nail in the coffin recently. And now I think that you are going through some sort of grievance. You know, it's like you're mourning the loss of what seems to be something that was a life of its own. So the fog is all around you, not really sure of your surroundings, and in comes this new opportunity that's just going to be a gift given to you. And it's not going to really feel that way. I do feel like there will be a sense of resistance in this, which is okay. I get it with what you've been through or what you're experiencing. You might not feel so open to much. Maybe you just want to be left alone, and that's okay. The point is, this coming in, it's like, okay, maybe if you look at it this way, you'll see that light. And I think you're doing it just to get whatever is telling you to entertain the idea of it to shut up. You're like, all right, fine, just whatever gets you out of here fast. And then you look at it, it's like, oh my God. That's why I think it's coming out of nowhere. But it's a huge gift. And I don't think that you saw it coming. And I think that this is the final wave goodbye to an old phase of your life. I don't care how long it lasted. This could have been decades. But let's see. I'm being pulled to something over here. Is it romance? No. Okay, I guess it is romance. For some of you, that ding in the background may be validation. Past life relationship. Okay. Don't I know you from somewhere? I don't know. Not this time around. Well, now you are. You've been acquainted. Sorry, not sorry. This looks pretty sweet. It's safe for you to love. All right. I'm sure that's going to feel like baptizing a cat, but have at it. This, it's safe for you to love, soulmates, past life relationship. God, it feels like Cupid is just kind of drunk and shooting arrows everywhere, doesn't it? I want to look into the nature of this relationship because it does have that soulmate card. It does have past life relationship. And hey, it's safe for you to love. Not like you're putting yourself out there, but like maybe you're potentially being, okay, you want to know what? Fine, we can hang out. We'll be cool. So, yeah. What's the nature of this relationship? Because not everybody's going to be platonic. If we're looking at a romantic prospect, what is this going to be like? It's a very unconventional, there you go, I got it, relationship. It's definitely going to jog your beliefs. It's being met with a cold, hard truth. It doesn't feel like this is going to happen. This doesn't feel like anything that you would have invested in the past, which is probably another awesome little nugget of truth there. I love that if this is a romantic prospect, this is going to get you out of your own head. Let the fun times run on. I mean, we're looking at this and it's the Sun card. This is the happiest card of the deck. And then we got a Hierophant. This is about beliefs, values, marriage, ceremony, commitment, soulmate, blah, blah, blah. But it's in reverse. I'm not negating that it's a soulmate or something that is going to rock your belief system. I am, however, saying that this is going to be something that is so unconventional to your what would have been standards that it's not really something that that I would see you kind of allowing yourself to get overly invested in. Like you're not going to embellish anything about yourself. It's going to be the cold, sober, straightforward truth. And I think that that level of vulnerability is what's going to get this party started. Look, the Sun card. You're showing all of you. And you're showing how secure you are with yourself because you're not playing any games with what this person who's grasping your interest looks like. I can totally dig that. So, if we're not looking at romantic prospects, what is this? What's the nature of this? Okay. So, getting rid of self-limiting beliefs about what you can accomplish and seeing things in the raw, whole truth that they are and using it to your advantage. All of this is about you using it to your advantage. And I don't think that you're going to take anything that's patronizing. It's being very defensive of what you've been through and who you are and what you've grown into. Very grounded energy. And then we have, oh, okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. This was hiding behind the Seven of Cups. The last person you are ever going to leave to their own devices and abandon again is going to be yourself. And how cheesy does that sound? But if you look back, how many times did you subject yourself to unfavorable conditions because you didn't want to be rude to someone else and you didn't want to ruffle somebody else's feathers? At what point do you stop putting other people before you and stop abandoning yourself and what your needs are? I think your needs have changed because of how often you've put yourself in that position. But I think that now, since you see yourself so clearly in what you have put yourself through, that it's going to be no more. Anything that is slighted towards you is immediately cut off. You're not going to take any sort of discounts on any sort of offers that are beneath you. You want, not need, but want things that are going to be productive and in alignment and moving forward for you. Everything progressive. on your terms. And you want to know what? With almost 8 billion people on the planet, I don't think that you're going to sweat anyone particularly walking out of your life over this. I wouldn't even call it a ride or die. It's a ride or get off. Get off the ride if you're not going to ride with me. You want to know what? There's one seat. Get out of here. Get going. Scoot, skedaddle. Okay, and if we're looking at a life situation, because we were looking at relationships just now, what do you want to know? I'm not drinking coffee at 8 o'clock at night. That's when I'm recording this for you, by the way. 2 aces. Ooh. One's upright, one's in reverse. We got the aces and Ace of Cups. 3 out of 4 aces right here. Carrying the torch. Having some amazing news coming through email or text message or phone. Keep your devices around you. Keep them charged. And keep checking on, well, any incoming messages. Make sure that you have all your notifications set. I don't want you to feel like you're missing an opportunity. This is telling you to be careful of... wait, why is it telling me that? Hang on. Stop sweating thinking you missed an opportunity. You're stressing your own self out and you're drowning underneath all the pressure. Who are you trying to show up for? You have nothing to compare to anyone else. Seriously, you've got to learn how to stop comparing yourself to a life you'll never live. You're not those people. You have a different path. And it doesn't take away from the importance of your path. I don't care what you do in this life, as long as you're not hurting anybody else, and as long as you're not, well, as long as you're not hurting anybody else, really. Stop stressing yourself out. You have an important role. You're drowning underneath the own pressure that you have put on yourself. And these are all implanted voices in your head from people who you may have admired and who you may have been insecure about in the past. This is telling you got to dissolve that. It's not for you. It's not suitable for you. Learn to let it go. The only thing that we are missing on here is the Ace of Swords. And I can only imagine that that would be upright. So this is telling you, since there's an absence of that, don't count on this being something that is, well, in a life event, something that's going to happen overnight. The changes are going to be fast, but this is already something that's been in process. If you look back, you'll see how everything has been grossly changing super fast. And the more that you had held on to an insecure situation, the more that it was something that was fighting against you. If you look back, you'll see how this has been coming slowly. But you, being stubborn, and I mean that in the most endearing way possible, you're getting to the pressure point. And it's coming up ahead. What are you going to do? Okay. So, going back to the romantic prospects, if you continue on this road, what does the potential outcome for this direction look like? Breaking traditions. It's going to feel overwhelming. It's going to have to be incredibly slow because you have to, well, you don't have to do anything, but it's saying that you have every right to make sure everyone's integrity is in alignment. And also in the past, rushing through things, this has never worked in your favor. Another foot forward, your best foot forward, is to let time be taken on this. Things are going to happen in this situation that are out of your control. That's going to be swift and it's going to make your head spin. But if we're looking at a romantic prospect, slow down. If it's meant to be, no matter what, it'll be. And that's with or without, no, not even with. And that'll be without your effort. If it's meant to happen, it's going to happen. And that's why I also look back at situations and wonder if this could have gone another way. And the simple answer is it didn't, so it won't. So, and you can't, so you won't. There's no point in trying to live in the coulda, woulda, shouldas. And this is saying, be very, not careful, deliberate. I'll say be very deliberate in communication, in your questions, in your unfolding. This is a lot of healing communication that's going on. And I love that you're taking your time. It's taking that stress off of you. This is the most untraditional, unusual relationship. And it's helping you move on from all that heartache. The slowness is helping you move on from the past. It's a light at the end of the tunnel, one step at a time. 2 10s. 2 10s. And we have, what else do we have? 3 10s. We have 3 10s. We're missing the 10 of Wands. No, we have the 10 of Wands. We have the 10 of Swords, the 10 of Wands. And okay, so the 10 of Pentacles is the only one that we're missing. So this can actually use some grounding energy. What do you recommend for grounding energy? Because if you're watching this and this is geared towards relationships for you, you're getting overwhelmed. Don't do it. Come on. We have the moon and the sun. Night and day. Masculine and feminine. Sol and Luna. To have everything, you got to see the light and the dark of this. And you also have to get rid of any sort of illusions. And just for once, without conditioning, let yourself be happy. Doesn't matter what the situation is. Learn how to let yourself be happy. And you'll know, because it's not the instant gratification, but it's a collective of what makes you feel good. If we're looking at a life situation and you stay on this path, what is the projected outcome for you? Let's see. Thanks to everybody who has reached out about booking personal readings. I caught up to email, and now I'm booking for, well, the following week. Ooh. So if you have any questions about booking your own personal reading, go ahead and check the description for email. And also, you can find me on any social platform. So definitely reach out, say hello, let me know where you are in the world. Coronavirus sales is extended, so it's been a lot of fun. All right. If you're working on a life situation, it's telling you to be authoritative and make plans for the future. Start to live in the future again and start to see yourself making plans for the future. It's a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's you and in your independence and not being codependent on somebody else. You have victory. No matter what in this, you have victory, but you have to allow yourself to start dreaming again. You've been very temperamental about that, and I get it. I get your reservations, but it's time to let yourself move on. And this is the projected future of it. So this was the collective reading for September 22nd, 2020, also timeless. And again, if you're watching this from the future, this might have some sort of relevance to your life. It's general collective, so if it doesn't, don't force it. Let it fall away. But in any way, you can ask questions about booking your personal reading. If you're new, go ahead and hit the bell for notifications. Hit the thumbs up. I hope that this finds you well. And until next time, stay safe, have fun, and know that you are very loved and appreciated. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye for now.